Previously on A Court of Thorns and Roses. Curse this creepily serene place! First chance I get, I am out of here! Ooh! Okay, somehow, food first, then fleeing. Okay, fine. You guys can clean me up. Then I'll eat your supposed safe food, and then I'm out of here. I'm watching y'all. Alice escorts Feyre back into the dining room, which is still filled with platters of food. Blonde Beast Guy Man dude urges Feyre to eat once more. The food is safe to eat. What do you want then? At her hesitance, he's chastised by Lucien, saying that Tamlin's skills with females have dulled these past few decades. Ah, here we go. Another writing quirk I've seen complaints about is how Moss likes to use the term male and female as nouns. Now my hackles are raised. I'm in pure fight-or-flight mode. The second anyone starts spouting some Tate-style chauvinisms, I'm throwing hands with something. Gonna send Feyre aggro vibes to the literary cosmos. Don't anyone who refers to you as a female with their whole ass chest, Feyre. You'd be a shackled incubator in their eyes. Girl, don't do it! Also, Tamlin. Blonde Beast Man Guy Bro is Tamlin. Neato. The men are like, nice tunic, dork. Not alpha enough to try and kill us in a dress. Now can you please sit down and eat already? You're holding the scene up. Tamlin rises and stalks over to serve her food, just to help move the pace along. Feyre protests, but it's an honor to be served by a high fae. Stop being a resistant scene partner, oh my god. At Lucien's apparent encouragement, Tamlin compliments Feyre, saying that she cleans up well. Feyre brushes that aside and dives into what's going to become her favorite pastime, 20 questions. Tamlin and Lucien are fae nobility? Yup. What do they plan to do with her? Nothing. She can do what she wants. So she's not their slave? I don't keep slaves. Do whatever you want in Fairyland. It's not my problem. Don't you have any interest you'd like to pursue or something? Can't you tell, Timmy Tam? She likes to ask questions, because that's going to be the only way we learn things from here on out. And it doesn't get old at all. Look, my family's starving. Can you please let me go? Is there another loophole in the treaty that'll let me atone? Atone? Have you even apologized? Maybe. I like Lucien. He's the only one who makes sense in this situation. Lucien asks how exactly Feyre murked Andras. I mean, he kind of asked that last episode, last chapter, and he knows it was from the arrow, but I guess he needs to hear it from Feyre himself or something? I don't know. Tamlin interjects that line of conversation. Then he swears on everything that he is that Feyre's family is alive and well cared for. He's not so lowly as to rob some random mortals of their sole income. He really ain't subtle about needing Feyre. Like, this is almost pathetic levels of desperation. But was Moss seriously unable to fake some kind of motivation beyond the realms of because reasons? Don't worry about it? This meh, I don't care approach from Tamlin is so flaccid. It's pretty damn convenient that Feyre's too dumb to see past her own face. Feyre and I both doubt Tamlin's assurance. Tamlin gets annoyed by Feyre's doubts and warns that she should be grateful to him for his mercy and letting her live life in comfort and luxury. A certain acolyte's words are ringing in my head right now for some godforsaken reason. Who can say? Also, Tamlin, do you care about what Feyre does or how she feels at all? Like, pick a lane here, buddy. Upon Feyre's continual frustration, Tamlin issues his first and final warning. He doesn't care what she does or where she lives in Fairyland, but cross that border back into the mortal realm and he'll no longer provide for Feyre's family? And Feyre's like, well, I mean, in that case, even if I made it back to them and we somehow fled somewhere safe in some distant land, we'd still be in the same poverty as before, and that's so not radical. How dare he hold my family's comfort against me? That's a pretty weak resolve there, Feyre. A Jaeger, you are not. Tamlin threatens that if she left, she might not be so lucky with whoever would come to retrieve her next. Which my following question would be, would any other fairy care enough to do that? I think Tamlin's the highest ranking Fae within Andros' circle, so who knows if someone like Lucien could even plea onto the treaty's summon magic or follow through with hunting her down to fulfill such a grudge. Granted, it'd be quite the gamble to wager, but this doesn't sound like the sort of Damocles that Tamlin's trying to make it out to be. Call his bluff, Feyre. Yet, she stands down and finally eats. After stuffing her face, Tamlin poofs all the food away before Feyre engorges to the point of vomiting. The three chat and the conversation veers to whether Feyre has a man back home. She mentions the Isaac Hale, but she doesn't love him, so Tim Tam, you can chill with your explicit jealousy. Boy, I can smell it from here. Feyre questions Tamlin's generosity one more time, and he responds that he's killed enough in his life, and just feels like taking up a charity case on a whim. Unless she decides to try and kill them, that is. Benevolence on a fairy's whim, eh? Okay, fine. That checks out with the general capricious nature of fae folk. But here it still feels like a feeble excuse, so I'm gonna judgmentally side-eye. Feyre excuses herself and backs out of the room, guard still up. She sleeps fitfully that night. The lock on her door may as well be a Cheeto. The next morning, Feyre's up and at 'em before dawn. She stews in her bobbling head about whether Nesta's enjoying the extra bed space, or whether the family's truly being cared for, or if the villagers hate them for being pampered by fae folk. Then her mind drifts to when Tamlin complimented her. She wonders if he invited her with him and spared her life. Maybe he's not so wicked? And maybe there really is a way to loophole the treaty? Somehow? The Cheetah lock snaps, and Feyre sees that Alice has triggered a warning trap she made last night before bed. Alice laughs the cute distraction attempt off. Alice brought Feyre breakfast, and while she digs into it, Alice says that while the house is safe, she still better keep her wits about her around the grounds. And good luck if you cross outside Tamlin's protection. The Fae out there will kill you just for being human, regardless of Andros. You know what? Bet. Alice helps Feyre get ready for the day, and Feyre just doesn't know what to do. So she takes a walk around the grounds. The art and other decor fascinate her enough to hold her for the entire day. but ... garden, period, plans. Looks like someone needs to come turn off Feyre and turn her back on again. Hello? Anyone out there? Hard reboot her, please. She's about to step out onto the gardens when Tamlin enters stage right. They tersely greet each other, and he offers to give her a tour of the grounds, as he's been inside all morning and could use the fresh air. She declines as politely as she can and slips past him. Tamlin doesn't seem used to rejection and asks if Feyre's got a problem with him. She says no, but he still snarls that he doesn't break his promises and that he won't kill her. Oh, so he's a snarler now too. Are these Fae men incapable of basic projection and enunciation? How inelegant for a nobleman. Like, come on, learn to take an L. Feyre questions what Andros was even doing in the mortal realm anyway. Did the treaty ban them from crossing over? And, nope. The treaty only bans human enslavement. The Fae view the wall as an inconvenience, and they can supposedly shatter it and reclaim the mortal lands if they wished. So this race is just completely OP, yeah? Amazing. Tamlin informs Feyre that there has been this magical blight that's been slowly plaguing Fairyland for the past 50 years, and it causes magic to go all weak and wonky. In fact, there was one gnarly surge 49 years ago during a masquerade ball that had caused all their masks to fuse onto their faces. Tragic. Feyre remarks that he and Andros didn't have their masks in their beast form. He responds, "The blight can be cruel like that." Okay. Also, I get a kick that an effect of this book's risky state is just that these big, hot, bushy fairies are cursed to have these ornate-ass masks melded to their faces. Oh, the inhumanity! Anyway, Andros was across the wall in search of a cure for their magic curse thing, because apparently disease, plague, or illness are incorrect terms to use. This curse may affect humans, nobody knows. Luckily, the magic around them has stabilized, so the blight has halted its progression. Cool? Tamlin questions whether that trap in her room was meant for him. Feyre's all, "Can you blame me?" He responds that he's still civilized despite his animal form, all the while his angy claws poke out. Deep breaths, dude. These elves build character. Relax. The conversation dies into two-part ways. Feyre strolls off into some hedges to ponder this new information. Whether the humans would ever be warned about this possible impending doom. Probably not. End of chapter. It's pretty apparent that this is a quasi-Beauty and the Beast retelling, which makes everything that we've seen so far, for the most part, click into place. Every time Tamlin struggled to connect or just hold a conversation with Feyre, I got major 1991 Disney Beast vibes, with Lucien serving as the encouraging Lumiere. So Tamlin's jealousy and awkward approach to getting Feyre to Fairyland makes sense. He obviously needs her to fall in love with him in order to spell their mask curse, right? Which is a rather silly and low-stakes problem, I gotta say. But that's not counting whatever the blight is, though. So it looks like Feyre's gonna overcome her prejudice through love and compassion. I mean, okay, I guess. That's a lot less dramatic than what I originally anticipated. There are still pieces not quite connecting, like, it's a choice to choose the girl who killed your century, bro. But it could also show desperation on Tamlin's part. This is only chapter 7, I've got plenty of ground to cover. Closing thought, I still like Lucien. He is giving overworked and underpaid. Defo runner-up for best boy. Good luck dethroning the Dark Horse though, my guy. They are adept at popping up from the shadows out of nowhere. Like daisies!